Hello, darkness, my old friends. I've come to talk with you again. I've got this crazy dream that I had. It's it's pretty wild. It happened the other night, and I had to share it with my wife because it was too intense. And you have those dreams where you're like, you wake up and you say, man, it's like you wake up in the middle of the night. It's like 3 in the morning. You're like, man, that dream shook me. And then you say, I'm probably not even going to remember this tomorrow. And you really want to tell somebody about it, but it was so frightening. It was so frightening and so real. It felt real, and I felt it was important to share it in this video. I've been through a lot and I've seen a lot, and you know it's like I used to have these dreams of wolves coming to me, and they were larger than life, man. They were huge wolves, uh, and I had to look up like the meaning. Someone told me one time, I said, "Hey, man, you should look up. You need to look up what's in your dreams. You need to look up, see what analytically what wolves mean in your dreams. What does a wolf mean?" And it's supposed to be like a sign of your parents or something like that. But they weren't protecting me. They were trying to kill me. I had a violent, you know, it, I mean, things weren't good. And to use the phrase on your child to honor your mother or father or be put to death, that's the kind of craziness I was brought up in. But I was kicked and slapped, and you ever been, it's like people share with me like videos of someone getting their butt whooped with a belt, but none of them, I never seen any of them get kicked in the stomach in front of a washing machine. I never seen that happen, but it's happened. So, so it's you might have had abusive parents. Okay, all right. So was it okay to leave? Of course it was. Does that mean? But that's Old Testament. You know what I mean? I've I try to put stuff together in my life when I have a dream, right? So people have no idea. I try to put stuff together, when I'm seeing stuff. When I always heard mother, and back to that, when I always heard honor mother and father was mother Mary and father, heavenly Father. I don't know. You can tell me if I'm wrong or not, but that's Old Testament. But anyways, so going back to this, I had nightmares from doing my angel flights. When I used to have nightmares from that, doing the angel flights, because I used to have to dress my Marine buddies. I had to dress them; they were dead, and I had to dress them in their dress blues, take them, and I had I had to do the ceremonies, folded flag, and I had to give the flag to the parents, and the mother's crying on me and bending my ribbon bar. I mean, making my ribbons just freaking like fly off. I can't forget that stuff. It's all there. Hearing 7 guns fire 3 shots equaling 21 guns, that's 21 bullets. To hear that, I think about that stuff all the time, and I do have crazy dreams about stuff like that sometimes, but it's nothing scary like this dream. Like this dream that I had was wild. So here I was. I was in this church. It seemed like a church, and in the church I went from room to room. Now, I try to chalk this up. You've seen a lot, you've been a lot of places, so you kind of like put stuff together. So I've seen what it looks like inside of this type of church, that type of church. I'm not going to name a bunch of names, so different types of church. But it had all this church. I walked from room to room, and it was crowded with people. It was crowded as people. It was like a huge gathering of people. They were everywhere, and I went from room to room, and I didn't know that my family was there. Like, I didn't know that my wife and my kids were there. I didn't know everybody was there. But I had this guy, he goes, I saw this this faith here, and then I saw there was another faith over here and another faith. Everybody was there. Anyone, any religion, it was all there. It was all there. You can walk from any room and it was all there. And this guy came up and he says, I can't make out what he looked like exactly, but he said, "You guys are in here." Okay. And I went in there, and I sat down, and my wife was over here, and she knows I'm like the protective type. I'm always protecting everybody, but my wife's sitting here, and I I got my kids. I know my kids are right here, and then behind me there was this guy. He's bald, dark skin, straight out of I'm telling you, he looked like he just came straight out of African's National Geographic type thing. Like he's wearing like gray rags and they were torn, and it was kind of wrapped, and bald head. I remember it had a reflection on the top of his head, and he was praying. He was praying as if his life depended on it. He was praying and he was rocking back and forth, and he was like, saying things like, "Have mercy on my soul," and all this, and "Jesus, please," blah, 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 and all this stuff. And I was like, "What in the world?" And the wife I was assuming she was like frightened by all this, so she got up, and then she came to the other side of me in my drink breaks. She sits right here. I thought she was moving because she was afraid of, the guy was like tripping out, and I didn't notice anything else happening in the room. I turned around, I looked at the guys. I was like, "Dude," I was like, "Bro, you all right?" I was like, "You okay, man? Are you gonna be all right?" And it's like, and he's just still going at it, and he's crying. And I turn around, and the wife, she grabs my hands, and she holds on to me. She said, "You're going to die." And "I'm going to die." She said, "Are you prepared? Are you prepared? You're leaving. Are you prepared?" And I said, "Of course I am. I'm prepared." And I don't know, I didn't feel upset. I didn't feel like I was crying, like I wanted to cry or anything. Most situations like that, you'd be like, kind of like, "Oh, that's a jerk." But it's like, I said, "No, I'm okay. I feel all right. I think I'm ready to go." Yeah. I was like, "Let's go." And confidently said I was ready to go. She said, "You don't understand. We're all going to die." She said, "We are all leaving. We are all leaving, and it's time to go." And she said, "Are you ready?" And I said, "Of course I am. I'm ready to go." And everyone was crying. Everyone was praying as if their life depended on it. My kids were crying. Everybody around me was crying. And I was like, "What? Why is everyone so upset? Why is everyone crying?" And just as soon as I knew what she was talking about. I knew in my dream what she was talking about, that it's time to go. We're leaving this. We're leaving our bodies. It's time to go. I knew what she meant, and I said, I woke up after a few seconds of that, like, wow. And then I was shook. I said, "What did I just witness?" And I said, I very confidently said that. And I said, "I still feel that way." And I walked, I was like, look, I gotta go. I gotta go. It's just, you would really have to think, are you that ready? Are you that ready? It's like, if it's all going to end, if it's all going to happen, how prepared are you? Is your soul prepared? I'm pretty prepared. I don't let, I go through every day. People attack me a lot. It's bad. I couldn't tell you, you gotta have thick skin to do what I do, because there are a lot of hateful people. They'll make fun of everything about you. Everything about you. They'll tear you apart. People People in everyday life will tear you apart. There's people around me every day. I don't speak to them on a daily basis, but I know, because we all just know. And you just stick with the commandments. That's what I try to stick with. That's what I try to tell my kids. You're supposed to love one another. I stick with what I know, and I do the best I can to avoid all of it. But there are people out there that will rage bait you. They will try to get you to bite on and come full throttle at them. But all you can do is just ignore it. And there's a lot of people in this world that can't ignore it anymore. There's a lot of people that are barely hanging on by a thread. But you've really got to try to stick to your faith, stick to who you are, and try to stay strong. But out of all the conflicts, I think, yeah, whatever. My biggest concern and wish that, I always say when I pray, I just pray that if anything happens to me ever, that my kids are safe, that my family's safe. I just want my main goal is to protect my family, and that's all I think about all the time. Like, as far as like money goes, things go, stuff goes, like the saying goes, store my treasures in heaven. I don't keep any of that stuff. It's things and stuff, or just things and stuff, but it's like someone would play, it's like, hey, well, let's just try that. It's just stuff, let's try that. Let's blow your truck up. I've had this stuff happen to me. I've had things stolen from me, and I've dealt with it. You move on with your life. It's just stuff. But I think family's everything, man. I mean, that stuff in your life. But anyway, I wanted to share, and I hope you guys got something from it, because I'm still kind of like, whoa. But I had to say something because it was wild. But y'all hang in there, and God bless, and take care. Please share. God bless.